So good morning, students. So let us start the session. So in previous class, we discussed about transaction testing. So when we are doing the transaction testing or transaction flow, the program is executing. At that time, we get some complications. In simple cases, the transaction have a unique identity from the time they created to the time they complete. So what it means? So transaction flow is nothing but, for example, so these are the instructions you are going to complete to execute a transaction. Now, when these statements are executing, sometimes they created a new, they are going to give so birth to another transaction. So that leads to problem. So that we are called as a bug. That means, so when these statements are executed, we get some bugs because of these bugs. So now, so when the new transaction is generated, so that we are called as a bugs. So birth is nothing but automatically a new transaction is created. There are so three different possible interpretations of the decision symbol. So these are the decision symbols. It it be a decision. So that means these births are three types. These births are three types. So one is decision. Second one is biosis. Third one is mitosis. So decision point to TFG means so transaction flow graph. In this, so here the transaction will take one alternative or the other alternative, but not both. So that means here, so this is the transaction. Here there is a condition. Now this transaction will take one alternative, either it take alternative 1 or alternative 2. And so biases means here the incoming transaction, so this is the incoming transaction parent, gives birth to a new transaction, and both transactions continue on their separate paths. Now this parent can give birth to new transaction that we are called as a daughter transaction, and as well as the parent also executing. So biosis means here the incoming transaction gives birth to a new transaction, and both the transaction continue on their separate paths, and the parent retains its identity. Okay, that means this is also executed. And third one, so mitosis. So mitosis means here the parent transaction is destroyed and two new transactions are created. So one is daughter transaction, another one is also daughter transaction. Okay, so this is about births. So births of a new transaction. The first one, decision. In this decision, the transaction will take alternative path. Either it can choose alternative 1 or alternative 2. And next one, the biases. The biases means it generates a transaction that is a daughter transaction, and with that daughter transaction, the parent also executing. And mitosis means the parent transaction is destroyed and new two transactions are created. In this scenario, so daughter transaction and 1 and daughter transaction 2. Okay. So merger of transactions. So merger of transactions. So in this we have three types. One is junction, second one absorption, so third one conjugation. So coming to junction, so two paths, so path 1 and path 2. are connected at this container. Okay, either path 1 or path 2. And absorption is nothing but, so this is the predator, the parent, and this is the daughter transaction. So this we are called as a absorption. This predator absorbs this daughter transaction. Conjugation. So conjugation means both are the parent. So these transactions are changed as a daughter. So this or we are called as a conjugation. So this is about merger of transaction. Here the transactions are merging. So path 1 and path 2. So merged as one transaction and continue. So daughter transaction, so predator. Now this predator can absorb this daughter transaction and it is continue as a predator. And these are the parent transaction. And conjugation means by clubbing these two transactions there is a transaction generated, daughter transaction is generated. Okay. Simplify TFG model. Simplifying TFG model is nothing but simplifying transaction flow graph model. So what is the applications of transaction flows means? So transaction flows are essential for defining requirement of complicated system. What is the application of transaction flow means? So normally these transaction flows are essential for defining requirements of complicated systems. So these are especially used in online systems. Online systems. So these TFGs are used in online system. That means that for large softwares, you are going to do transaction flow. These systems, so these type of systems are used in large systems as in air traffic control or an airline reservation system. The number of transaction and complexity of individual transaction grow over time as features are added. If the features are added to these online system, automatically the number of transactions and complexity of individual transactions grow over time. Systems are built out of models and transaction flows. It results from interaction of these models and interrupts, so priority, multitasking, multi-computer synchronization, so parallel processing. All these consequences affects the structure of transaction flow. So, simplifying TFG model means add new transaction flow for biases, mitosis, absorption, and conjugation, and problems for programmer, designers, and test designers. So need to design specific tests, so possibility of bugs. So you can simplify these transactions because it's a transaction flow graph. So you are going to write for a big online system. Okay, it's a more complicated. So now, so add new transaction flows for biases mitosis. So biases mitosis means it gives the birth to the new transactions and as well as absorption and conjunction also. And problems for programmer, so designer and test designer. So because of these transactions, so need to design specific tests and possibility of bugs. So transaction flow structure. So reasons for unstructuredness. So why? So these transactions are unstructured means. So first one, so processes involve human users. So processes involve human users. This is the first one, first reason. And second one, So part of flow from external systems. Third one, errors, failures, so malfunctions and recovery actions. And fourth one, transaction count, complexity, customer and environment. And fifth one is so new transactions and modification and approximation to reality. So attempt to structure. So these are the reasons for unstructuredness of the transaction flow graph. The first one is the processes involves human users. And second one, so part of flow from external systems. So because some transactions use the bugs, so that it was coming from external systems. And third one, errors, failures, so malfunctions and recovery actions. And transaction count, complexity, so customer and environment. So new transactions and modifications. And sixth one, approximation to reality, so attempt to structure. First, build obtain transaction flows. So these represent explicitly, so design details the main transaction flows, create from PDL, HAPO charts, so patterned representation. So patterned. So these are these things we are going to use to trace the transaction. So transaction flow testing strategies. So these are the strategies. So transaction so flow testing steps means so transaction flow testing strategies. The first one, inspections, reviews, walkthroughs. So what is an inspection means? Inspections are done to identify errors in program. Inspection is nothing but is used to identify errors in program. So reviews means reviews are done to identify errors in semantics document. So these are the walkthroughs. So these walkthroughs are nothing but so training sessions or knowledge transfer sessions about a process or technologies. Start from preliminary design. The first one, conducting walkthroughs. So discuss enough transaction types, so user needs and functional terms and traceability to requirements. So walkthroughs is nothing but the training sessions or knowledge transfer sessions about a process or technology. In conducting the walkthroughs, you should discuss enough transaction types to account for 98% of the transaction the system is expected to process, and discuss pass-through flows in functional rather than technical terms. So that means here you are going to focus on the functional terms. That means design independent. Ask the designer to relate every flow to the specification and to show how the transaction directly or indirectly follows from the requirement. So this is the traceability to requirement. So the first one, so conducting walkthroughs. So what is a walkthrough means? It's a training session or knowledge transfer session about a process or technology. And in conducting the walkthroughs, so we are going to discuss these things. So one is, so discuss enough transaction types to account for 98% of the transaction of the system is expected to process. And discuss paths through flows in functional rather than technical terms. Here you are going to concentrate on the functional terms of the system. Ask the designer to relate every flow to the specification and to show how the transaction directly or indirectly follows from the requirement. Second one, so design tests for C1 plus C2 coverage. So additional coverage greater than C1 plus C2, that is, so paths with loops, extreme values, domain boundaries, so wide cases, long and potentially so troublesome transaction. In our previous classes, we discussed about the C1 and C2. So C1 means execute all the statements in the program at least once, so that we are indicating with C1 all statements. All statements execute at least once. And C2 means all test cases to execute all the statements. To execute all test cases. And design test cases for transaction splits and mergers. Publish selected test paths early, and buyer's acceptance, so functional and acceptance tests. Okay, this is about inspection reviews and walkthroughs. So what is the inspection means? Inspections are done to identify errors in programs. And here in these inspections, you are going to check the syntax errors and referring the program and violating rules. So you are going to check, are they violating any rules? And so comparison of code, so referencing code, so comparing flow graph and sensitizing path inspection. So in the inspections. And next one, in reviews. So reviews are conducting to identify errors in semantic document. So review planning, so review zero, so that means document information, so prepare review meeting, and what is the objective of the review meeting, and taking a different process and review the scheduling. And in walkthroughs, you are going to discuss about these things, conducting a discussion of transaction types, user needs and functional terms, and traceability to requirements. And design tests for C1 plus C2 coverage and additional coverage, so paths with loops, extreme values, so domain boundaries, so wide cases, long and potentially so troublesome transactions. So design test cases for transaction splits and mergers, and publish selected test paths early, and buyer's acceptance for so functional and acceptance tests. So next one, path selection. So this is the first step for transaction flow testing strategies. So transaction flow testing steps, in that the first step is inspections, reviews and walkthrough. Second one is path selection. Path selection. So what is a path selection? So path selection for transaction flow should be different from the path selection done for control flow graph. In our previous classes, we learned about CFG. CFG. Here we are discussing about TFG. So CFG means control flow graphs. So TFG means transaction flow graph. The path selection for transaction flow should be different from path selection done for control flow graph. Here, covering set C1 plus C2 are functional sensible transactions. That means the start covering C1 plus C2 we use for path testing, but don't expect to find too many bugs on such paths. Add difficult paths, review with designers and implementers, exposure of interface problems and duplicate processing, view few implementation bugs may remain. So transaction flow path covering belongs in system feature tests. So in path selection, you are going to start covering C1 plus C2. We use it for path testing, but don't expect to find too many bugs on such paths. Start covering set of paths based on functional sensible transactions and confirm with the designers. Now do exactly opposite what we done for unit testing and find the most longest, strongest path, the entry to exit from transaction flow. Just wait. What are the advantages we have? So transaction flow uses structural path testing for a selection path. So many bugs don't occur in this path selection. The cost is paid only on some well-known transactions and the path selection is effective. So, and we have some disadvantages also. The path selected is longest path. The code correction is expensive. The bugs are caused due to implementation errors and wildcard. So these are the disadvantages we have in path selection. So coming to advantages, so transaction flow uses structural path testing for selecting a path. So many bugs don't occur in this path selection. The cost is paid only on some well-known transactions. The path selection is effective. So coming to disadvantages, the path selected is the longest path. The code correction is expensive. The bugs are caused due to implementation error and wildcards. And next one is path sensitization. I hope you all are know path sensitization. So sensitization is nothing but you are going to find path for predicate values. If there is any decision, so for that you are going to find the path. So that we are called as a sensitization. So sensitization is the third step in transaction flow testing strategies. So functionally sensible paths, simple. If there is error, exceptions, external protocol interface paths, then it is difficult to find the path. So testing transaction, flows with external interfaces, use patches and breakpoints, mistune and break the rules. So this is the instrumentation. So last step, instrumentation is nothing but either we reach the destination based on the with intended path or not, that we are called as a instrumentation. So for that we are going to apply link counters are not useful. So that means for instrumentation you are going to use the link counters, so that these are not useful. So need trace queues on which tokens resided, and entries to exit from dispatcher, a running log. We are going to maintain this. We need so trace the transactions, so queues on which token resided, and entries to exits from dispatcher, and we are going to use one log. This is the running log. So make instrumentation as part of system design. So next one, so test databases. In next class, we are going to discuss about data flow testing. So test databases, design and maintenance of test database. So here the mistakes are unawareness about the design of centrally administered test DB, so database, test database design by testers using 1 DB for all tests. So we are going to need so 4 to 5 types of tests. So need experienced system and test designers. So test execution. Use test execution automation. Have to do a large number of tests for C1 plus C2 coverage. So transaction flow testing implementation. So one, so transaction based systems. Second one, centralized common processing queues. So just big O of n queues for links of big O of n square. So just so big O of n queues. These are queues for links of big O of n square. So transaction dispatcher. In this uses tables and finite set machines. So third one, recovery and other logs. So key events in transaction flow, self-test support, so privileged modes in transaction control tables. So these are the transaction flow testing implementations. So transaction based system in TCP, so you are going to use centralized common processing queues and transaction dispatcher and recovery and other logs and self-test support. In this way, you are going to do the testing for transactions. So this is about so today class. In tomorrow class, we are going to discuss about so data flow testing. So thank you all. So meet in tomorrow class.